Hi there, this is the Handshake. My name is Lynn Komdish and you're watching New Vision TV. Now, a project called the Uganda Support to Municipal Infrastructure Program under the Ministry of Lands and Housing and Urban Development came to an end. Phase one of it came to an end in December 2018. I have with me Edna Ruth Wabiru. Edna, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Lynn.
Tell me more about this program. I read about it,
yes.
But what has it done so far?
This project was started to support some of the upcountry local governments, because many of them do not get, like, when you look at the budget, we have so many priorities, and then most of them are centered on the things that can drive central government activities and develop big infrastructure. But then we have different areas that need to also develop. We have the municipal councils in the region. So the project was meant to drive infrastructure development in those places, yes, to develop the roads.
But was that achieved?
Yes. There were 14 municipal councils that were funded. It's a World Bank project. 14 municipal councils, 11 did really well, and then about 3 are ones that had a few issues here and there. But there's been good progress.
By good progress, what do you mean?
I mean,
what have they put up?
The roads, I've told you before, I was in Hoima.
Oh, yes.
And they have done the roads really well. Hoima was actually not initially part of that project, but because it's a key area, because of the developments in the area. So because it's a key area for oil and oil, and because there are many key roads in that place, they added it at the last minute. So Hoima has done really well. You've seen the markets coming up.
Oh yes.
Wandegea market.
Oh yes.
Blue market.
Was also part of that.
Yes. Now that USMID, that project was supposed to fund markets, roads, drainage, and street lighting, just to mention a few. So the markets are one of the things we've written about a lot.
Oh yes.
Yes, there were some questions where the designs were okay, or where the people who use the markets consulted. But they achieved that. The markets were done, the roads have been done, Gulu, yes, the street lights have been put up, and the roads have been built with good drainage systems.
Yes, that's really good. Yes. And I think it's notable, really. As much as it was, say, under the radar, but it is really notable work that was done. But however, what the 3 you mentioned that might have had issues, what were those challenges?
The challenges were in terms of the criteria to score them. One of the criteria has been that they are now collecting more revenue as a municipal council or as a local government. They are collecting more revenue. So these ones did not register a bigger increase in the revenues collected, and because that's the score line, you can't run away from it. If the numbers say you haven't increased, then yes. But there have been other achievements in terms of security. You know, street lights do more than just lighting. Street lights mean security. If you have security, you can work longer hours. If you can work longer hours, then you can pay the dues that you owe the local government. So the local government also gets more and can take care of its staff and plow that money back into projects. Right.
You mentioned 14 districts. This is where the first phase was.
Yes.
Are there hopes of another phase and, you know, reaching out to other districts? What's going on?
There's another phase. The previous one that lasted 5 years ended in December 2018. So another one should be kicking off this year. We just need to reach out and see which month and which districts, yes, or do they plan to focus on these ones and develop them as best as they can before they move on.
What was the criteria for picking out those?
When you look at the districts, it's that they did regional. They picked on the regionals. Yes, I mentioned Gulu and Hoima because we've had people who have told us what's happening in those areas, but you also realize that these are hubs.
I don't know, was Mbara part of them?
I need to check Mbara, but the Western also got.
Yeah, because there's improved road transport.
Roads, they are nicely marked.
Even
Parking.
the street lighting.
Yes.
There's a lot of improvement.
Yes, so they did a regional, they picked on the region, so Mbara could be one of the beneficiaries, yes.
Perhaps. So do you think, do we need more of these projects?
I think we do, because you cannot depend on the central government for everything.
Absolutely.
And the local governments have had challenges in collecting revenues and all.
Right.
So if we can get projects that can, you know, quicken things, then the local governments will then be able to depend on their own collections in a shorter time than if we were to finish developing a bigger infrastructure before we go to the rest. Yes.
One more question. Are there any projects that your desk might know about in that regard?
Well, we know that the Kampala developments are still going on.
Oh, yes.
It's also part of a funded project. Kampala is still going on. We have the flyover project being done because we need to reduce traffic in the city. So the projects are there.
They're there.
Yes, we just need to keep tabs on all of them to know how fast are they moving, where are we going. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn.